the Diddy trial started.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's start with an important thing to us up here. Us.
Yeah.
If you're new here, hi, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you're not new here, you know our stance on these types of cases. We do not come up here and cover every moment of every trial because we don't want to really report on these trials. But we have an obligation to report on these trials at least a little bit. So we are not going to report on the Diddy trial every time something happens. We acknowledge the Diddy case is happening. And if there's some wild, crazy stuff that we need to report on, we will.
I mean, and
But
truthfully, all of it
otherwise,
is wild and crazy, so nothing is wild and crazy is really where we're at.
right. So you probably won't hear much about the Diddy trial up here after today until there is a sentencing or the case is over or something like that.
Or something particularly, I don't think anything can get crazier, but something particularly wild and out of this world happens, sure, we'll discuss it. But and discuss is a very strong word as far as I'm concerned, because I just kind of feel like there's not a whole lot you can say here. The trial did start on Monday, jury selection ended, and then the second half of the day they did opening statements. Cassie did take the stand.
Well, we've gotten 2 days, right, so far?
Right, right. So Cassie took the stand. She testified yesterday. Um, Before
And an
she
escort.
did, a male escort who was apparently involved with the freak offs. One of the people involved with the freak offs with Diddy and Cassie. He also gave his testimony. Um, so a lot of the
And then he
things
was
that we,
cross-examined.
what you said?
And then he was cross-examined,
And then he
the
was
escort.
cross-examined. So a lot of the things that we have heard, claims that have been made, have been brought back up. Also, just we've been given more details. Cassie went into more details. Obviously, that's a part of the trial, is to getting all of the information. It's my understanding today that they were actually going to show video of freak offs
Yep, the jurors were
as
instructed to
evidence.
wear headphones because it's so graphic that they don't want to play the audio out loud.
Right. So that happened today. And that's kind of where we're at. If anybody's interested, the children were all there. Diddy's mom was there. Cassie's husband was there. I don't know what happened with this, but yesterday they were saying that his defense team actually asked that Cassie's husband not be in the courtroom for her testimony because there was a chance that he could be called as a witness. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if the judge granted them that or not. I didn't see anything about it after I read that this was something they asked for. But yeah, Misa Hilton was there. She said she was there to support the kids.
You know
So,
who else was? You know who else was there? Right outside of the courtroom, waiting to be interviewed.
um, I'll be sure.
Jaguar Wright.
Are you serious? I'm not doing this.
Yep.
I'm gonna opt out of whatever I'm supposed to
I'm
say
you're
now.
not supposed to say anything. I'm just letting you know what happened.
If I was Jaguar Wright, I would stay away. And not because I've never. Jaguar Wright says a lot of things. I find it very hard to believe that everything that Jaguar Wright says is not true. That's just my personal opinion. to that end, I don't know what's true and what's not true. I don't have any purview into that. So I won't speak on that. But what I will say is a lot of these people are brave because one of the reasons that people stay away when it comes to things like this, or one of the reasons that people don't end up filing charges against people who are very powerful and violent and abusive, which is what they're alleging of Diddy, is because you could find yourself in some shit. And if I was, if and yes, you know, there's supposed to be certain protections in place for the people who are testifying and whatnot. But Jaguar, girl, stay away from that courtroom, please, for your own safety. I'm honestly surprised. Never mind. So,
But the trial is underway,
yep,
and we will see what happens. We'll be watching on the sideline, but we won't be saying much up here.
it's not good. Like I'll say that it's not the things that are being said are things that we already, a lot of it, like I said, we already know, but it's just more details, and it's not good. I'm very curious to see how this ends up. I was really of the belief that this wasn't going to go anywhere.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
I thought with all the pardons and all the all the legal leniency that certain people have been given this year.
You'd have to be convicted first.
Oh, okay. I thought that it would get dismissed somehow or thrown out somehow, and it wouldn't have even gone to trial. I'm actually surprised
Oh, okay, okay,
that it
okay.
did go to trial. But so be it. This is where
Yeah,
we
I
are.
mean, the pardon thing is possible, from the big homie in the big house, but he would have to be convicted first.
And the big guy is busy, getting
Yeah,
planes and shit. But
falling
anyway,
asleep in the chair.
falling asleep in the chair and then going and collecting planes as gifts.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can move on.